Hi, I'm a Blisy.
Hey everybody, we've got some Battlespot singles matches here today. My first game was a bit of an interesting one. I decided Garchomp was the best lead in pretty much all scenarios against this dude. And he does lead with Talonflame, so I'm like, oh, sweet. This thing's either going to just try and like instantly kill me with Brave Bird, it could Will-O-Wisp me, or I didn't expect Tailwind. Personally, that's the last thing I expected. So I go for the Stone Edge, and it unfortunately misses, which sucks. So he goes for the Brave Bird, and this turn I'm going to get the Stone Edge off, which is pretty good. I mean, the Rough Skin Brave Bird recoil really doesn't affect me. Because this, I think even if I was Will-O-Wisp, this would have killed the Talonflame unless it was like max HP, max defense, and then it Will-O-Wisp me, maybe. So here he's going to send in his Heracross, and I'm like, oh crap, this thing could be Moxie. So I think no matter what he was going to do, I knew he wasn't going to use a rock move. I know regardless of what kind of Heracross they are, they always carry a rock move. So he Bullet Seeds, and he doesn't Mega, but I think he's Mega from the Bullet Seed, and the reason I think he didn't Mega was that he could maybe he was trying to like snipe a kill on my Garchomp and get a Moxie boost before he Mega Evolved, but I think Garchomp would have killed him anyway. But I was afraid of it being a Scarf Moxie, because that thing could have swept my team. So I Mega Evolve here to get the Drow, and I'm kind of expecting, at this point I was expecting either a Rock Blast or a Stone Edge. Just, it didn't matter what kind of Heracross it was, I was expecting one or the other. And then Tailwind runs out. And so now I'm finally faster than this thing again, which is sweet. And I'm going to go for the Fire Blast. And I was really expecting this to kill, right? It's Under the Sun, I'm max special attack, I'm life orbed, and it doesn't kill. And I'm like, I get it, Garchomp's special attack is only base 80, but god damn, did that kill me. Holy jeez, that killed my ass. So, at this point, I only have Breloom, and since it was so bulky, I make the call that even though this thing, I was pretty sure I'd be faster than it. There was no way this thing was max speed in my mind, because a max speed one would outspeed me. But that's besides the point. So I go for a Spore here, and I'm like, okay, my only way I can win is if I sleep this and I SD, and that's simply the only way I could have possibly won this match. I was like, okay, cool. So he stayed asleep on my SD, which is lovely, because if he didn't, I would have lost the match. I go for the Mach Punch. I didn't want to risk another SD. I didn't want any shenanigans going down here. I wanted that thing dead. So Sunlight Fades, doesn't affect me at all, because I'm just Breloom chilling here. And he goes into Sableye, and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god, it's going to Prankster Will-O-Wisp me, and I couldn't do anything about it. But luckily, it cannot be Mega, which is good for me, because that means it's not bulky at all. And I go for a Bullet Seed, and I am burned. And that Bullet Seed, while burned, with 3, does quite a bit of damage. So I'm like, oh, okay, Breloom, I see you. I knew he was going to go for the Recover this turn, so I decided my best opportunity here was to Spore in an attempt to stop him from constantly recovering all of the damage I dealt, and then I would eventually die to foul plays and burn. And it was risky. If he went for a foul play here, it probably would have, I don't know if it would have killed me, but it would have done it. Man, would it have done a lot of damage. So I go for the Bullet Seed, and I actually get the 5 hit here. And yeah, it's going to kill the Sableye, which is super sweet. So this was a fun battle. That Heracross is really threatening. If I hadn't switched out into Charizard and he got a Moxie boost off of the Tailwind boosted Bullet Seed, I was super dead. So that's this match, and up next is this match against Esmeralda. Here I led with Breloom against, because whenever I see a Blaziken, they're always the lead. Like 90% of the time, these things are leads. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to lead with Breloom, I'm going to get hit, I'm going to let him... So basically, my plan here against these things is pretty much to SD against them, because I'm almost positive they're going to protect and Mega Evolve, or just protect for the speed boost. And so I Swords Dance here, and I'm like, oh shit, is he going to... he goes for the sub, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't see that too often, to be honest with you. So he subs, and I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch to break the sub this turn. And I think here, well, Breloom kind of wins this, right? Because he fire punches me here. That's going to get me to Sash, and it don't matter to me. Like, he is going to die to my Mach Punch here, and I was afraid of him switching out, but I really had to go to, like, try and hit him, because that thing could have just swept me if I let it. So here, he goes into Venusaur and takes a Mach Punch, and he does not take that very well for a resistance, and probably defensive, but seeing as he's Mega, so he's probably got some defense invested in him. And here, I just went for the Mach Punch again. I wasn't sure what would do more damage, the Bullet Seed or the Mach Punch. 4 times resistance versus 1 times resistance, but the potential for 5 hit. I don't know. I just went for Mach Punch, get some damage on. Venusaur recovers 1 HP, which is a tragedy. So he goes in, or I go into Charizard here, and at this point, Charizard, I know Venusaur, Mega Venusaur has thick fat, but there was just no way this Charizard was not going to kill with the fire. I do a lot of damage with this Fire Blast here. And this is not even one of my bulkier ones. This is my attacking one. I do have some bulkier Charizards, but it don't matter. So Fire Blast kills it as predicted. And so now I'm like, okay, if he goes into Blaziken, I knew a Fire Blast would kill him, and thank God this guy goes into Slowbro, because this thing could have been a nuisance. I go for a Solar Beam, actually completely expecting this thing to kill here. I don't know why he went into Slowbro. I guess he just didn't want to go into Blaziken. If the Blaziken was running Protect, I would have been a little more scared. But so he goes for a Psyshock here. It doesn't do that much. And I was kind of expecting him. I thought he could have gone into Blaziken here and Regenerator Slowbroed and tried to like stall out the sun, but he does not. And I just kill him with the Solar Beam. And at this point, the Blaziken, since it does not have Protect, is going to die to a Fire Blast from that HP, which is actually hilarious. Blazikens are like paper in terms of their defenses, and Charizard has a lot of attack. So that was a fun battle, or 2 battles. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video. That's a lot of advancements I do not feel like doing. So we're going to pick a lower frame. I would say 9 is a fine frame with the synchronized loop, so I'm going to copy that super clipboard, and you'll see where I click it.